I'll repeat myself. I know that this question is saying show that these are factors. Forget that. Let's make this question more important to us. I want you guys to factor this polynomial. I want you to write this big old polynomial in factored form. Okay? These are factors of this. But what would the other factors be if those are factors? All right, let's go with this. So I'm going to divide out these factors. I'm going to use the reverse tabular method first. And this is just for practicing sake. If you're like, forget reverse tabular method, I like synthetic division, you can do synthetic division. These factors allow you to do synthetic division. All right, but I'm going to do reverse tabular method first to practice. Okay, so what you do is you just draw a big box, right? And then you get 2 rows. Why do we have 2 rows? Because there's 2 terms by this, right? There's 2 terms, that's it. So we're dividing this right now by x minus 2. All right, is it minus 2? Yeah, it's minus 2. Okay, so then I put these little arrows right here, and then I start writing out this term, or this polynomial, this whole thing. So I put 2x to the 4th, and then I put 7x to the 3rd. And then how many more terms do I have to write out? There's 3 of them, so that means I need 3 arrows. So I'm going to divide out 3 arrows right here. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm putting negative 4x squared. And then the next one's going to be negative 27x. And then the last one is negative 18. Now for each arrow, we're drawing a column. And then we get busy with it. The first box we fill in, we always start right here, and then we go right here. Here, let me put numbers. We go here, then here, then here. And then we can go here, and then we go here, then here. And that's how you do it. It's kind of confusing, huh?
I thought you were plugging in those numbers. I was like, that makes no sense.
No, I'm not plugging in those numbers. I'm plugging in 2x to the 4th. That's the first one I do. The next one is going to be this number. So that number times x gives me this. So what number is it? It has to be 2x to the 3rd. Okay, so I get 2x to the 3rd. Now 2x to the 3rd times this would give me this number. What is that? That's right, negative 4x to the 3rd. And then I go, this number plus this number gives me that number. That's how we're going to get the next column. So once we finish a column, you want to go to the next column. What plus negative 4x to the 3rd will give me 7x to the 3rd? 11x to the 3rd. And then what times x will give you 11x to the 3rd?
11x squared.
All right, so I got plus 11x squared. And then I get, what do I get down here? Negative 22x squared. Ooh, now this guy times that guy, plus that guy gives me that guy. So what number am I missing there? 18x squared. Notice the terms have to be the same. They both have to be x squareds. What times x gives me 18x squared? Positive 18x. And then 18x times that, what does that give me? Negative 36x. Now what's this number? Because that number plus this number should give me negative 27x. 9. So I get 9x. And so what times x gives me 9x? So I have positive 9. Now I go positive 9 times negative 2. That gives me
18.
Wait, that's negative 2, right?
Yeah.
I get negative 18.
Perfect.
Wait, oh, yeah, it is, right? Because these match, huh? That means that this is a 0. That is a factor. So I can rewrite this guy right here. Instead of writing it like this, I can now write him a different way. I can write him as x minus 2 times 2x to the 3rd plus 11x squared plus 18x plus 9. That's 18. Okay, now this is more factored than that. Is this all the way factored?
Nope.
Nah. We can definitely go farther than that. Now we know that, okay, we already took this factor out. We know that this guy is also a factor. So we can either do this table thing again, but do it with this guy and this guy, or we can do synthetic division. I'm going to do synthetic division just because we're practicing. So what am I going to put in my little treehouse thing right there to do my synthetic division? You're going to put negative 3. That's right, because it says plus 3, so the 0 would be negative 3. And notice I use 2, 11, 8, and 9. That's from this. 2, 11, 8.
It's supposed to
Oh,
be
18. 18 and 9. So now I start going. Now, what do you expect to get right here? What number do you expect to be there if this is a factor of this trinomial or this polynomial?
0.
It should get 0. That's right. So here we go. We bring down to 2. Then we multiply it times -3. We get -6. -6 plus 11 is going to give you 5. 5 times -3 is -15. -15 plus 18 is 3. 3 times -3 is -9. And what do we get? 0. Oh, snappity whackity dackety. So we have 3. 5x. 2x squared. And we just took out x plus 3. And we took out before x minus 2. Okay, is this more factored?
Yeah.
Yes, it's even more factored. Can we factor it even more?
Yes.
Well, they didn't give us any more zeros, and so we would have to be able to factor this.
We cannot.
Can we?
Yeah. Yes.
See, 6 goes on top because 2 times 3 is 6. And then 5. This is just the way I normally do it. So it has to add the 5, multiply 6. It's 2 and 3, right? Is everybody good? It's possible we can factor this, right? Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little extra here because some of you guys will factor this using grouping. Some of you guys will factor this using a different method like the box. So I'm going to show you both. 2x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 3. This 2x and 3x used to be the 5. I split it apart so we can use grouping and then factor it. Now, if you don't like grouping and you like the box better, yours would look like this. You would have 2x squared right there, 2x, and then 3x, and then you would have a 3. So then you would go to each row and each column. Oops, I went out of order there. Each column and each row. And then you would take out a common factor from each of these. I could take out an x from that. I could take out a 1 from that. What can I take out of these guys? A 2x. And what can I take out of these guys? 3. So it's x plus 1 and 2x plus 3. Those are my last two factors. Or if you did grouping, then you probably would do something like this. You would take out from both of those, you would take out a 2x, and then you would get x plus 1. And then what can I take out of both of those? A 3. And so then you get x plus 1. So you got x plus 1, and then you have your 2x plus 3. And so you still get the same thing. X plus 1, 2x plus 3. And what are the other two factors we took out?
X minus 2 and x plus 3.
All right, so now we have it completely factored. Dang, that was a lot of work. This guy is that guy in factored form. All right, so I'm throwing this into my graphing calculator. This is what it looks like. Okay, and then if I hit graph, let's see.
It's fun. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Now I can't see the bottom, and if I wanted to see the bottom, I can do zoom, and I could zoom out. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it like that. If I wanted to find the zeros here, you see all these x-intercepts? You would press second and then calc. You see that calc button right there? Second calc, and then you would press 2 for zeros. So I'm going to press 2, and now it's saying, let's find your zeros. What's the left bound? Now the calculator has some kind of an algorithm that will give you an approximation of what your zero is. So the left bound, I want it to be, so I'm going to move this over. I want the left bound to be, what number looks like it's be on the left side of this x right here? Like a -4?
-3.
-4. No, that looks like it's -3. It said 1, 2, 3. Right, so I'm going to plug in my left bound at -4, and then let's plug in another number that's right after that one. What's on the right side of that?
-2.
-2? Okay, let's try that. As long as that's not -2. Let's see. -2, right bound -2. So I push enter, and then now it says, do you want me to guess? And I'm going to say yes. I want you to guess between these two. Find that zero. So I'm going to say enter. And then what did it get?
Whoa.
3. Now, if you're on Desmos, it's a lot more simple. You can just go click, 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 and you can click all your x-intercepts and see that your x-intercepts match what we got. Our x-intercepts right here, well, these are our factors. Our x-intercepts would be 2, -3, -1, and what's that one going to be? -1.5.
Yeah, they have all of them.
Good job.